taking off, simulating those two brave pilots. The two second lieutenants caught up with the Japanese at Iwa, a Marine base and auxiliary field close to Pearl Harbor and Hickam Field. Taylor and Welch quickly ran out of ammunition, landed at Wheelerville near the center of the island, refueled, reloaded, and took off to fight again. These two brave pilots are credited with downing 6 of the 183 Japanese planes before their own planes were disabled. Yes, ladies and gentlemen and kids, this is the recreation of Tora, the surprise Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor. We've taken you back to that fateful morning of December 7th, 1941, 7:55 a.m. The soldiers on the ground scrambled to find what they could do to shoot against the 183 fighters and bombers from Japan's first air fleet. But we weren't able to overcome their surprise attack. At Pearl Harbor and Hickam Field, the devastation was awesome. Along the eastern edge of Ford Island, in the center of Pearl Harbor, 7 battleships lay at berth. The Oklahoma, California, West Virginia, Tennessee, Arizona, and the Nevada. The Japanese hit first with Cape torpedo bombers. The initial wave of Capes hit the Oklahoma, California, and the Nevada, the West Virginia, and an aging target ship, the Utah. These Capes that you see coming in from your left with the torpedoes hanging were equipped with designed for specifically you see, this goes against any claims the Japanese might have had that this was an opportunistic attack. This attack was planned in advance, and the new shell-running torpedoes is absolute proof of that. Then came the Val dive bombers you see diving down the plane with a red tail. Armed with 1,700-pound armor-busting projectiles, made for 16-inch battleship guns, but converted to aerial bombs. These planes miles away from the Nevada on the first wave, but the Arizona wasn't that lucky. As you watch that bow get ready for another dive, you can imagine what happened when a bomb stabbed the Arizona through her forward magazine and exploded, touching off more than 1 million pounds of gunpowder. A sailor on the Nevada watched the Arizona jump up at least 15 to 20 feet in the water and break into 2 pieces, forever entrapping 1,200 American servicemen in an underwater tube. The ship sank in less than 3 minutes. Yes, kids, ladies and gentlemen, this is the surprise Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor. Tora, Tora, Tora. Listen to the gunpowder. Look at the explosions. Listen to the air raid sirens. Listen to the engine. Imagine what it must have been like that fateful morning of December 7th, 1941, when 183 fighters and bombers from Japan's first air fleet descended on Pearl Harbor and Hickam Field. Yes, we were there. 17 flying across the way, getting set up to attempt a landing, simulating those 16 B-17s on their way in from the mainland. The bombs continue to go off. You see the smoke coming from the engines on the 17th arrive and, like America itself, find themselves in the middle of a war that had not yet been declared. Tore up